Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking into the best graphics card option for your Ryzen 5 1600. I have split my choices into 3 different groups depending on your budget you're willing to spend. My first group are really budget cards for under $100. Here I have 3, a GTX 1070, GTX 1660 and an RX 590. GTX 1070 is one of the best cards in this price range since it has 8GB of VRAM and its price on eBay is consistently around $90 to $100, while it can still play most of the modern titles at high FPS. If you're looking for a newer card on this low budget, consider a GTX 1660. It's the most new card from the list and it will still deliver some good performance in games. RX 590 is the AMD equivalent to a 1660. It's just a little bit older, but it will perform a little bit better. While you can get it at the lower prices, I get mine as low as a $60. Second groups are cards between $100 to $200. For a system as old as a Ryzen 5 1600, that is probably maximum you should spend on a GPU to get a really good performance, even with some ray tracing power from the Team Green. Best choices at these prices are RTX 2060 and RX 5700 XT. RTX 2060 is a cheaper option here, but for cheaper price you would sacrifice about 20% of performance. RTX 2060 is a cheaper option here, but for cheaper price you would sacrifice about 20% of performance compared to the 5700 XT, which is okay if you can get it for a great deal. But I still recommend 5700 XT more, since you usually get more FPS per dollar and it will perform slightly better. At this price point you can go even with new cards such as like RTX 3050, but it will perform a lot worse than both RTX 2060 or 5700 XT. The last groups of GPUs are the ones that cost more than $200. I don't really recommend spending that much money on a GPU for this processor, since you won't fully utilize a GPUs because of a big processor bottlenecking. Instead, you should spend some of that money on a newer AM4 processor, something like a Ryzen 5 3600 or even Ryzen 5 5500 will perform better. But for you who like fancy overkill, I recommend an RTX 3060, which nowadays you can snap for a really low price and it will perform amazingly in all of games. If you want, you can also go with RX 6600 XT, which beats 3060 for a couple percent. You can also get a similar performance with an Intel Arc A770, which have the most VRAM of all, 16 gigs, but it have a lot worse driver support. If that wasn't enough for you, I am also leaving a list at the end of the video for all of the GPUs which should work with Ryzen 5 1600 without or with a little bit of a bottleneck from a CPU or a GPU. If you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of the content like this, please consider liking or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. Bye.